If you never bake at home, you're missing out a lot because baking is very therapeutic, and whenever you bake and the cake that you're baking comes out perfect, you're always excited. So in this recipe, I'm going to be showing you some white forest cake recipe, which is going to turn out perfect just like mine. And the best part about the recipe is that you can top up with your favorite toppings. I have some white chocolate and an orange. You can also add in some cherries if you have some, and the cake is going to turn out so yum delicious, and the kids are going to be super excited. The cake is perfect for birthdays, weddings, or any occasion that you have because it's super versatile, it's moist, flavorful, and so delicious. To make an amazing sponge cake for your white forest cake, you need a few ingredients which are very basic, and the outcome will be some fluffy and very moist cake. You'll need some margarine. I have eggs, all-purpose flour, we have vanilla, salt, sugar, baking powder, baking soda, and buttermilk, which adds in a very nice texture to the cake. So you'll start off by preheating your oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes. Then you're going to spread margarine, or you can use baking spray in a 1 kg pan. Then you're going to line with parchment paper, ready for your batter. But as for me, I'm going to be using 2 8-inch pans for the recipe. Also, you need a hand mixer. If you don't have one, you can use a hand whisk to whisk up your ingredients. So over medium high speed, I'm going to whip up my margarine for around a minute. This is how your margarine should be looking when fully whipped up. So next, you're going to add in your sugar. I'm going to mix up using my spatula because I don't want sugar flying all over my countertop. And when the sugar is fully absorbed together with the margarine, I'm going to crack in 4 eggs, one at a time, into the bowl. Using high speed, you're going to whip up the eggs, margarine, and sugar for around 1 to 2 minutes until everything is very fluffy. And in between, you're going to use your spatula to scrape your bowl to make sure all the ingredients are getting fully whipped up. This step is very important when it comes to baking because fully whipping up your eggs until they're very light is going to create a very fluffy cake, which is going to turn out very moist and delicious. So it has been around 2 minutes, and this is how my butter is looking. Everything is fantastic. For the next step, you'll need some flavor. So you're going to add in a teaspoon of vanilla essence, which I'm eyeballing. Add in 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 3/4 teaspoon of baking soda, which is going to react with the buttermilk. Then you're going to balance the sweetness by adding in a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Mix up the raisin agents together with the vanilla into the butter. And once fully combined, it's time to add in your dry ingredient. That is your all-purpose flour, while alternating with some buttermilk. And at this point, you don't need a hand mixer because you've already whipped up everything until perfect. So I'm going to add in half of my flour into my bowl. And when measuring out flour. Don't pack your flour in your measuring cups because it's going to tamper with the recipe. Make sure you lightly add in the flour into the measuring cup. You can use a spoon or you can lightly add in the flour just to get the right amount of the quantity of flour, that is. So I'm going to mix up using my spatula while scraping the bottom of my bowl and add in my buttermilk. Add in the rest of the flour. Fold in and add in the rest of the buttermilk. While mixing in your flour into the batter, don't overmix because you're going to lose all those air pockets that you created. So once everything is fully combined, this is how everything is going to be looking. As you can see, the batter is flowing. It's not too thick and it's not too thin. That means that this is the perfect batter for that white forest cake. Because my oven is already preheated, it's time to add in the batter in my prepped up tins. And because I'm using 2 tins, I'm going to divide the batter equally. And once done, you're going to be baking your cakes at 180 degrees for around 30 minutes. That is if you're going to be using 2 tins. But if you're going to be using a single tin, you're going to bake your cake for around 50 to 60 minutes at most. And to check if the cake is ready, you're going to insert a skewer in the middle. If the skewer comes out with no wet butter, your cake is ready to cool down. While the cakes are cooling, you need some chilled whipping cream. This is 2 cups and half a cup of powdered sugar. So into your bowl, you're going to add in your chilled whipping cream. And then you're going to add in your powdered sugar. And using a hand mixer, you're going to whip up everything for around 2 to 3 minutes or until you have soft peaks. When you have soft peaks just like this, it's time to frost your cake, and chilling the whipping cream is going to make it very easy for you to whip up using your hand mixer. So I'm going to place my mixer aside, and for the next step, you'll need a turntable, a cake board, some piping bag and a nozzle. But unfortunately, I don't have a cake board. I'm going to be using a plate because the cake is for enjoying later, so there is no reason to fuss. I'm going to place my nozzle in my piping bag ready to add in my whipping cream. Place aside. Then I'm going to flick my turntable together with a flat plate. Add a dollop of whipping cream, which is going to prevent the cake from sliding. Then I'm going to place my cake on top. Align a little bit. Then I'm going to add in some whipping cream on top. Then next, you're going to hold your turntable and using a palette knife, you're going to spread the whipping cream on the cake, making sure you scoop out any excess, just like this. Carefully, I'm going to place the other cake on top, just like this, and just look at that gorgeous golden brown color on my cake. You're going to scoop out some more whipping cream and spread the cream using your palette knife while turning your turntable. As for the excess whipping cream, you're going to spread on the sides. This is a very simple cake decorating idea, which is not going to take lots of your time because I'm going for a naked cake look. That is naked cake decoration, which doesn't need a lot of whipping cream. So for the excess whipping cream, I'm going to spread on the sides just like this while scooping out. And once done, you're going to pick your piping bag, fold the sides just like this. Then it's going to be very easy for you to scoop out the whipping cream and transfer into the piping bag. Scrape my bowl, add in all the yumminess into the piping bag. Then I'm going to create a very nice pattern on my white forest cake. Pick the sides just like that. Then I'm going to squeeze. Once I notice the whipping cream on my nozzle, it's time to decorate my cake. So I'm going for a very simple look. And the turntable is going to make it very easy for you to add roses or even any pattern depending on which nozzle that you have. And as for the other side of the cake, I'm going to place some orange, which is going to add in color. Lastly, I'm going to add in lots and lots of shaved white chocolate. This is a work of perfection. Just look at that. The cake looks so good after adding in the oranges, as you can see, and also the white chocolate adds in a contrast to the whipping cream. So now I'm ready to dig in because the kids are super excited. So using a serrated knife, I'm going to slice into the white forest. I'm going to slide my cake knife, slide the cake in, and gorgeous. I'm so excited to try out my white forest. So the sponge itself, it's very fluffy, very delicious. Oh wow, everything just melts in your mouth. The cake is not too sweet. The combination of whipping cream together with the cake and the white chocolate makes everything super mouth-watering. So hope you'll be giving this white forest cake recipe a try and everything is going to turn out super delicious because nothing beats some homemade cake.